Mental health is still a very stigmatized topic, and it keeps us from giving the right assistance to those in need. So may we all tonight remember to normalize conversations about anxiety or depression, because we all hurt sometimes, but we don't need to face it alone. May we all come together, because togetherness is our strength, and together we can overcome anything. So let's support each other, let's share empathy. Thank you. Mental health. Mental health is still...
Free speech and the right to protest. The right to protest. We've seen many protests in the recent days. Especially I want to point out the protests that women have made throughout the years with equal rights. Until today we lack in them. Because protest helps us raise our voice against what's happening, against inequality. It helps minorities in any democracy to raise their voice. So the protest is very important. But what's not important is when you use it, because with every right comes a responsibility. So use it with power. Thank you. Free speech and the right to protest.
Vivimos en una sociedad que cada vez está más avanzada.
We live in a society that more and more is more advanced.
Y así como hemos avanzado como sociedad, también hemos avanzado en los estereotipos.
And as we have advanced as a society, we've also advanced with stereotypes.
Hoy en día, la belleza no radica solamente en cómo nos vemos.
Nowadays, beauty isn't only the way we look.
Para mí, la belleza radica en nuestro espíritu, en nuestra alma y los valores con los que nos manejamos.
For me, beauty radiates not only in our spirit, but in our hearts and the way that we conduct ourselves.
No permitan nunca que alguien les diga que no tienen valor.
Never permit someone to tell you that you're not valuable.
Thank you.
Changing beauty standards.
Peru, what would you say to the women watching tonight who are currently experiencing sexual or domestic abuse?
I will tell them that I admire their strength, that they're survivors, and that I've been there too. I became the hero of my own story. That's why I advocate to save little girls from being victims. They're survivors, they're heroes. They have the power, and don't ever, ever make anyone silence your voice.
Thank you, Peru.
Miss Peru, what would you say to the woman
When she was finding her voice, she didn't see limits. She saw possibilities.
The night she won Miss Universe, Susie Tunzi explained the importance of teaching leadership to young girls. How would you do that as Miss Universe?
La noche que ganó Miss Universo, Susie explicó la importancia de enseñar liderazgo a las chicas jóvenes. Si tú ganas Miss Universo, ¿cómo harías eso?
Buenas noches, gracias por la pregunta.
Good night. Thank you for the question.
Vengo de una familia completamente llena de mujeres,
I come from a family completely filled with women,
de las cuales me he impulsado para ayudarlas hoy día,
of which have helped me, propelled me to help them today.
trabajando con mi organización sin fines de lucro, Orfanato Niños de Cristo.
Working with my nonprofit, Fines de Cristo.
Entiendo que no tengo que tener un título para ayudar a todas aquellas niñas necesitadas a enseñarles cómo ser líder.
I understand that I don't need a title to be able to help others and to be able to support them.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dominican Republic.
When she was finding her voice, she did.
In many countries, women are still considered incapable of being world leaders. Convince these countries that they're wrong.
Women are such an important part of this society, and just because we are not encouraged in the same way that men are, we have our potential wasted. The world needs women contributions because we came for some reason, and I invite every woman to understand that we are the leaders of our lives, and yes, we can do a lot for our communities. So please take your power.
Thank you, Brazil.
In many countries, women are still
despite the strain on their economies. Should countries lock down due to COVID-19 despite the strain on their economies, or should they open their borders and risk a potential increase in infection rates?
Good evening, universe. Well, coming from India and witnessing what India is experiencing right now, I have realized something very important. That nothing is more important than your health of your loved ones. And you have to draw a balance between economy and health. And that can only be done when the government works with the people hand in hand and produces something that will work with the economy. Thank you.
Should countries lock down due to COVID-19 despite the strain on their economies, or should they open their...
When she was finding her voice, she did.
8. Okay, your question comes from Brooke Lee.
Hola.
If you were the leader of your country, how would you have handled the COVID-19 pandemic?
I believe there's not a perfect way to handle this hard situation such as COVID-19. However, I believe that what I would have done was create the lockdown even before everything was that big. Because we lost so many lives. And we cannot afford that. We have to take care of our people. That's why I would have taken care of them since the beginning.